Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another Liverpool show, ladies and gentlemen. This has been an absolutely amazing week for the infamous Redmen because we didn't play in the FA Cup weekend, thank God. And we pulled that heist in Paris. Last second Elliot goal, you get me, and it was absolutely incredible. It was phenomenal. Regardless, big up to every single one of you guys. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single one of you, amazing, incredible, phenomenal people. Please do hit the like button. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. And yeah, we're here. We're here to talk Liverpool Football Club. Joining me first and foremost, Raks, you've had 1 hour and a half to make tea. Like at this point, just switch on your camera and get your ass on the chair. Joining me first and foremost, you get me. He lost all the grit of New York when he missed his first episode last week. But regardless, we love him. My brother is here. Man, like Mike is in the building. How are you doing, Mike?
I had to move, bro. I had to move. But big up, everybody. A nice, calm week. Nothing crazy. Nice, easy victory over in Paris. And yeah, we're chilling. We're all good. Big up. You like the video.
If you finished your food in 9 minutes, that's a you problem. You need to eat slowly to enjoy your meal. Joining me next, the English version of myself. Absolutely love working with this guy. I know he's going to say some crazy stuff today because that's just who we are, mate. Man, like Jamie's in the building. Hi, Jamie.
Man, nightmare. Absolute nightmare. No, I'm streaming on my phone on 4G. That's how much I love this show, man.
Big up, big up.
Got no internet in my whole street. Whole street's down. So, yeah, 4G in it, man.
Hopefully it comes back before the end of the stream.
No, 6 a.m. they said.
Oh. Thank God 4G exists then. Big up to you, Jamie. Appreciate it.
Big up.
Joining us next, Kelleher FC has been very quiet last week.
Vindicated.
Yeah, Kelleher FC is finished now. Hi, Kmack. Anything you have to say for yourself?
I messaged you privately to not mention that.
Bro, you've been catching strays everywhere. I don't know.
You have been. I can't lie to you, Kmack. You've been catching strays everywhere. And after that Alisson performance, you can't say you don't deserve it. You definitely deserve it. Let's be honest.
I deserve it. I deserve it.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the Italian job? Because we did the Parisian job.
We did. We definitely did.
I've heard of that. I had that on Blu-ray.
Wait, hold on. 1 second. I've got a surprise for Kmack. Give me a second.
What's the surprise? Okay, there's a surprise for Kmack.
He's gonna have a Keller shirt on, isn't he? He's gonna have a Keller shirt on.
Oh, if he brings on the Keller shirt. Joining us next on the channel, you get me. There will be no trading of crypto today because it's only us 5 horsemen on the stream today. So I'm need them focused and ready. My brother is in the building, man. Like Raks. How you doing, Raks, mate? Can you say hi at least?
Lovely. After that victory in Paris.
Does that work?
Oh, look, there we
go. All right, hold on.
Nice.
I got to adjust my camera.
So he went there.
The whole time.
Okay, he went there. Let's go.
There we go.
Let's go.
Okay.
Oh.
Now I'm just gonna sit here the whole stream like this. I'm just gonna have this.
I'll take that.
Jersey.
I'll take that.
Can I just say, Mike does have a little bit of an Alisson look about him. I don't.
He does. Then
just me. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
It's just the mustache and the facial hair. It's about it.
Maybe.
I can't lie to you. I prefer this version of Alisson, like with the long hair and the headband. He should never wash that headband ever in his life. He should wear that headband unwashed from now to the end of the season. I'll be honest with you. That's just an elite headband right there. So, yeah. Anyway, regardless, big up to all of you guys. We already have 200 people in the building. We haven't even started the show yet. Please do make sure you guys are liking the video. Do make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single one of you guys right here, right now, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Also, all these guys' channels, I'm literally about to add them in the description now. So literally just give me 10 seconds. They're all going to be in the description. Do give them a subscribe. Do show them some love the same way you show me. I appreciate and love every single one of you guys. And we are going to be starting with Liverpool against PSG. So I'm going to start off with you, Mike. Talk to me about this week. What happened?
I mean, listen, me and Enz, we did a little preview the day before. I thought the way that we played was the way Slot was going to try to play the game. The issue that I had was the starting 11 that he put out. I didn't think that co-aligned with that style. I didn't think that Jota deserved to start. I mean, listen, the guy got hurt, and since he's come back from injury, like the sharpness just isn't there. And also playing defensively isn't his game. He's horrendous at pressing. I don't know, towards the 40th minute mark, I don't know if anyone else was paying attention, but there were moments where the ball was about 5 feet from him, and his version of pressing was to just stand there with his arms out, and he was just staring at the ball carrier. But regardless, I can't single out anyone because we couldn't do anything. And the reason why I think is because we didn't have 4 midfielders, because the second Curtis Jones came on the pitch, the chances began to go away for PSG because Curtis provided the extra security in midfield. We needed that extra man. We were trying to play long ball. We were trying to play counterattack, but Mo Salah had nothing for Nuno Mendes, and Luis Diaz just, didn't have many opportunities to take on Hakimi. But, we were able to sit back, hold the defense. I mean, Alisson made 10 saves, unbelievable performance. But, there were a couple of opportunities where I think, PSG should have done better. For instance, the Fabio Vieira chance directly in front of goal that just goes directly over the bar. Very difficult. It's a half volley. You're in the box. It's bang, bang play. A couple brilliant fingertip saves. But, we were defending really well. These guys had to work really hard to get shots off from poor angles. And, they hit perfect shots from those poor angles. Against another team, a lot of those shots go wide. A lot of those shots go right at Alisson. PSG was on it, but, Alisson was just that much better. It made me, the game that I thought of was that must have been what Real Madrid felt like against us in the Champions League final. We were the much better team, but we lost 1-0. We were the much worse team, but we lost 1-0. But, I think once Curtis Jones came on the pitch, I really don't think PSG had very much. I think they had the one shot from the winger who substituted for Barcola, whose name I can't remember. Alisson had to make a good save there.
Doué.
Oh,
Yeah.
Doué had the shot from outside the box. But the thing is, outside of that, they didn't really create anything, and their steam went away. So, what that has told Slot is that, okay, this next coming leg, I can go with the 4 midfielders. I actually think Trent did pretty decent, all things considered. I don't think he had a poor defensive game. I don't even think that Robertson had a poor defensive game. I just think that, Kvaratskhelia and Dembele and Barcola and Vitinha, they were just on it, and they were creating space, and they were carving us up in moments in the game. But that's going to happen against really high quality offensive players. The only thing that really bothered me was I felt that throughout the whole game, we had opportunities on the counter, and whether it was just the pass was a little bit off or the touch was a little bit off, the players weren't on it. If Mo was on it, if Jota was on it, if Diaz was on it, we had so many opportunities to hit them on the counter, but it just never got to the box. It always never got to the box, and we had space to attack into. So I don't think that we were terrible. I just think that Slot fielded the wrong 11 for the game plan, but the game plan was correct. And I think he'll learn from that. He'll go to the second leg. He'll understand how to play. And, if the forward line is on it, we could hit these guys on the counter all day long. But we won 1-0. So big up Becker, big up Alisson, big up the real number 1 keeper in the world. Sit down, Kelleher. And yeah.
Hey, I said Alisson was still the best keeper in the world.
I know.
He was unbelievable. 27 shots. Probably one of the most informed teams in the world right now. Scored a gazillion goals. The last time they got beat at their ground, by the way, was by Atletico Madrid in November in the 93rd minute. So, we're doing what we do. We go to teams who are in form, unbeaten, and just beat them. That's just what we do. That's just the Liverpool mantra. We've been doing that for years. How many times have we gone to a European club who haven't been beaten at their ground for a gazillion years and just smashed them up? All we could do in that game, we could not play toe-to-toe with them. Because if we played toe-to-toe with them in that game, we were going to get picked off because they've got really fast players, really skillful players, and we've got left backs and right backs that aren't fantastic against pacey, skillful wingers. We just haven't. They've been done all year. Trent's been done all year by those type of players, and so has Robbo. So we had to do what we did and soak up the pressure. And we just have two of the best centre-backs in the world right now. We just do. They are unbelievable, those two guys. Throwing themselves in front of everything, pushing the guys out wide, making sure when they did get a cross in, it was blocked. And then we relied on the goalkeeper. And sometimes you just have to. Like, we haven't relied on a goalkeeper like that since Jurgen Klopp. And that is just a fact. The way Liverpool play right now, we don't rely on huge saves all the way through the game. We just don't need that anymore. And this one we needed to. And he had his Courtois moment, which is probably one of the best goalkeeping performances I've ever seen.
Don't you think that Trent and Robertson actually had a great performance?
They had a good game, but they got skinned loads of times. They still got skinned.
Yeah, but like
I disagree with that take. Let me just say this.
Yes.
Listen, I'll be honest with you, okay? Having watched PSG, look, Ligue A is on BN Sports. Sometimes I have games on in the background. I'm not a Ligue A expert. I don't watch the crap out of that league. I just watch a little bit because there's also a Jordanian player. Thing is with these four wingers that PSG have, Dembele, Doué, Barcola, and Kvaratskhelia, they are capable of skinning anyone. Like, I promise you, if the back four was like Cannavaro, Maldini, I'm telling you right now, they would have skinned them as well. That's how talented of dribblers they are. But the reason why I actually say Trent and Robertson both, and I wasn't one of the people to pick and choose, like, oh, this guy is good and the other guy isn't. I said both of them, specifically second half, I thought were elite. Because for the most part, like 95%, they dealt with what needs to be dealt with. And that's all I can ask of them. I can't ask Trent to get dribbled past 0 times by Barcola, Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, etc. And the same of Robertson. As long as you're there in key situations for a clearance, for a tackle, for doing your job defensively, I can't really blame you. And for the most part, they did their jobs.
But it isn't even, like, even if they are getting skinned, again, I don't even think it's their fault. Mo was trying to come back and double up. Luis Diaz was trying to come back and double up. McAllister was trying to come back. I mean, the one where Dembele skinned Robertson, he then skins McAllister. Like, I think all of the pressure that they were dealing with had to do with the fact that we didn't have the extra man in the midfield. And once we had that, Robertson and Trent started to, be able to breathe because the wingers weren't dominating the game anymore because we could actually control the ball for more than 5 minutes. So, like, even if they were getting skinned, I don't.
What I was saying is our tactics. We had them deep. We couldn't play them high up because we were done for. Like, we couldn't play.
It was intentional. It was
intentional. Yeah.
I just think we had the wrong men out there. I just don't.
I didn't say they were shocking. I didn't say they were shocking.
No, I think. Look, I haven't said that we were lucky for any game this season because I don't think we have been lucky for any game this season. Almost every game that we've played, I think we've clearly deserved to win. At best, on the odd occasion, maybe I think Slot mentioned maybe the Chelsea game potentially could have been more of a draw than a win. But, this game, we were lucky. Yes, we've brought in world-class players, and Alisson not only did his job, he exceeded himself. But overall, we were lucky in this game. There's a Liverpool stats-based podcast called Anfield Index. They do statistical analysis all the time. We were more likely statistically to lose that game 4-0 than to win that game 1-0. And so, but if you're saying we're getting lucky one game a season, I think we deserve a little bit of luck every now and then. Maybe a win, a loss would have probably been more justified. A draw would have been beyond our bold. When Slot said that we were very, very, very lucky to win, of course we were. But every team that's going for 3-4 trophies in a season, if they want to achieve what we want to achieve this season, they're going to need a little bit of luck. And what's that saying? I can't remember who said it. I'd rather be lucky than good. As far as on Wednesday was concerned, I'd rather be lucky than good. On Tuesday when we played the second leg, I'd rather be lucky than good. Let's get through. PSG, I think Slot mentioned it. Statistically, despite the fact that they had to qualify for this knockout round, statistically, and the fact they played Arsenal, they played Atletico, and I think they played Real Madrid. They were statistically the best team in the Champions
And
League in
Bayern
the group
Munich.
stages. Yeah, so their upturn in form since that Atletico defeat has been incredible. They've really deserved, and they deserve a lot of praise. Look, if we're going to go shopping in the summer, I think we should be looking at some of those players. Obviously, PSG it's going to be difficult to prize any players out of PSG, but these guys, I wouldn't be surprised if in the next 2, 3, 4 years, PSG.
One of the guys was
Champions League.
available in January for £50 million, mate.
So,
You know which fraudulent Jordanian has been saying we should sign him for the last 2.5 years since I met Raks RakSingh1 on Twitter from 3 years ago. I've been saying sign Kvaratskhelia. I've been screaming my lungs. I have said Kvaratskhelia so many times, and then Ornstein drops the bomba, and then Mr. Callum Sanderson goes live because he's the biggest jinx.
That was on his show.
As soon as Callum opened his mouth and said Kvaratskhelia, 30 minutes later, he's on a plane to Paris. Thank you, Callum. If you make one transfer video, any player, I am going to call Drifty and Matt, and I'm going to set up.
Will now, mate.
Like I'm genuinely like, you need to just be stopped in the summer. Do tactical breakdowns. Just don't talk about any like transfer shows. Callum Sanderson, I'm calling you out, and I've had enough of you. Okay, don't ever mention a transfer ever again. Callum, you fraud.
We did that show, didn't we, Jamie?
Big up the Coppish boys, by the way.
Jamie would agree with me. What do you mean? Like Jamie would? You
We
think
did
Jamie
that
would
show, and then it never happened.
Tell him,
Yeah,
Jamie.
man.
Tell him, Jamie. He
Yeah,
thinks
I
you
will- I will.
Tell him.
No, I totally agree. First off, I just realised I look like Harvey Elliott's dad. I just realised that.
Big up Harvey Elliott's dad, by the way. Big up Harvey Elliott's
Yeah,
dad.
big up Harvey
Yeah,
Elliott's
Harvey
dad.
Elliott's dad, mate.
Yeah, we never lost faith in you, man. We never lost faith.
About the game, look, it's quite simple to analyse this game. We were shit and we won. Simple as that.
Yep.
That's
Move
it.
on.
No analysis, Jamie. What happened to your energy?
But, you know,
Your
I would
internet
actually
is
say
off.
that-
You-
I think his internet
You
I
can
would,
still
I would
be
actually
Jamie
say they
Phillips.
were very. I would actually say they were very good and we won. I don't necessarily think we were shit. They made us not look as good as we are.
The weird thing about that game as well is it genuinely looked like there was some kind of tactic to just burn them out. Like, and then second half, it was like, okay, we can start playing football. And when we scored the goal, I don't know about you, I genuinely thought we could get a second because they were dead.
I think that on the day the tactics were right, but the players didn't execute, because there were multiple times where Diogo Jota or Mohamed Salah had an opportunity to take space and play the pass. It's either they played the pass too soon or they took too much space, right? I'm even thinking, go back
Mike,
to the
did you
free
feel
kick.
bad for Jota like I did?
No. I mean, here's the thing. He came back from injury and he hasn't been sharp since then. I don't think it's his fault. I just don't think he's up to form. And I don't think it's fair. Like, I literally said that he was going to play 60 minutes. He played 62 minutes. Like, if you're going to start him and give him a set amount of time, and I can tell that from America, like, bro, just reorient it. I don't understand. We played exactly like we did against City, but we just changed one person and it made all the difference, because the second the person who started against City came on, all of a sudden, all of their opportunities stopped. But, like, you know, the moment for me was that at the end of the half, we had a free kick, right? Diogo Jota gets in behind by himself. The ball falls to his foot. In the past, you're thinking to yourself, he takes that down, he shoots it with the right foot, it's a shot on target, possibly a goal. The touch was just all over the place. The touch was poor. Then he tried to go around Marquinhos, basically tried to like volley it above him, hits Marquinhos, chances over. Like, we had a couple of those. We had a couple of those where, you know, just one better touch, one better pass. I even think that there was one moment where Mo got in and Mo released it just really early and it forced Jota wide, and then the whole attack died. If Mo takes the space and plays it in behind, that's a shot on goal. If we could just get that little bit better, this game plan will work. We might concede a bunch of chances, But if our attack was on it, that first half could have been 2-2 on another day. They had that. Sure, Barcola scores his, and whatever his face, John Neves scores his, but Mo plays the pass at the right time. Jota scores. Jota takes it down the right way. Jota scores. But I definitely don't think that we were the better team. I just don't think
Wasn't
that we
there a
were
set piece that we nearly
horrendous.
scored as well? Wasn't there a set piece that we nearly scored?
Jota,
Mo
hit a volley first time, I think it was, and
then Mo at the back post missed the volley. He tried to kick it in, and it just went right past his foot.
Yeah.
So I think there is a weakness there, and I don't know if this was pre-planned, but there is a vulnerability there from aerial balls for PSG. I think we saw it in a couple of set pieces, like you say, the one with Jota hit first time and the Mo one, and obviously inevitably the goal as well. Marquinhos is not the biggest centre back, and when he came up against Darwin, but obviously Jota's good in the air as well. But there were a couple of opportunities and a couple of not quite chances, but potential opening chances. I think Mike, you mentioned it, where if things had been played a little bit differently, then there could have been an opening created. And I think we'll get more of that. And I think the key to winning the game on Tuesday, I think, is to put them under pressure aerially, both from corners and set pieces, and general play when needed. Because
I also think Pancho's got a mistake in him as well. I also think he's got a mistake in him. You could probably get a mistake out of him. The other centre back, Pacho. Is it Pacho?
Yeah, William Pacho. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's got a mistake in him.
Like they created everything in the first half, and in the second half, I think they had like two big chances, and then once Curtis was on, all of a sudden we had the ability to hold the ball. Like,
do you remember that tackle? Do you remember that tackle by Endo?
Yeah.
That was some challenge in the box. Like, he tracked him all the way.
Yeah, if we play if we set up the lineup like we had at the end of this game to begin the next game, I will be much more confident because we will be much more defensively solid, and that will relieve pressure off of McAllister and Gravenberch, because Curtis Jones as a left-sided 8 will help Robertson. Like, he will help him more. He will be like glue to Ousmane Dembele, and you just need another body in front of him to put him off, because eventually PSG just got so frustrated they just started taking shots from 35 yards. And I bet you like 12 to 15 of those 27 shots were from outside the box that literally just went right at Allison. So just got to learn from it and move forward.
Look, in football is about finding space and invading that space to take advantage of it. So with PSG playing so high the way they did and pressing so high the way they did, all the space was in behind them. So that's why we went direct quite a lot. And it was a good idea. It's a sensible thing to do, because you can't play. If a team is high pressing you and they've got you camped in your own half, the worst thing to do is to try and play out from the back in that way. The best thing to do is just play the ball into space, which Liverpool did. But then we got players like Luis Diaz, who I wanted to sell at half time. I literally wanted him sold at half time. He's the worst left winger in the Premier League. He is shit. I've never liked Diaz since we bought him.
He was terrible. I agree. He's not the worst left winger in the Premier League.
I'd have any left winger over Luis Diaz right now. Luis Diaz is crap.
Yeah, he wasn't good. He wasn't.
The weird thing is as well. I'm not going to say anything about Luis Diaz, because you know how I feel about him. The weird thing is as well.
I'll go to Colombia and tell him as well. He's fucking shit.
Oh my god!
I was on the show
after you, Jamie. They're coming after you.
Oh,
I was on the show talking about the.
What's making you say all of this about Diaz, Jamie? What is it like specifically in that game?
Crap. He's meant to be a left winger that can dribble. Yeah, he's meant to be a left winger that can dribble. Every time he gets the ball and dribbles, he falls over himself. And then when he don't fall over himself, he just passes backwards.
He got himself into trouble a lot.
He got himself in trouble a ton.
Yeah,
I've never seen a guy try and get himself arrested on the football field more times than Diaz, man. He's awful. He's goddamn awful.
The way he picks the ball.
There's a reason why a fit Cody Gakpo plays left wing for Liverpool and not Luis Diaz.
Yeah, but the thing is that at the same time, if you were someone who had never watched the sport before and you watched Mo Salah that game, you would say that guy is
I'm
fucking
not going
shit.
on about that game, Mike. I'm going on about the whole season, the last season, when we signed him. The man's not good. Man's
I'm not
not
gonna.
good.
I'm not gonna argue against that because he's
Not
a purple
good.
patch player.
Yeah.
People,
How would you guys
love
play? How would
him,
you guys
though.
play on Tuesday? What would you guys? Obviously, Salah's going to play. Would you go with Diaz in the centre and Gakpo if he turned out to be fit? I don't mind if Gakpo doesn't play tomorrow. Or I mean, I can't see Darwin starting.
4-4-2.
I think it's
I
4-4-2.
honestly, I'd be all
4-4-2.
for. I'd be all for playing the four midfielders, the two false nines. I really would.
Jones and Soboslai.
The way
really would.
that we kind of play after not playing, there's something with us specifically. I've noticed that this season we're a lot better with consistent football than we are with stoppages. If you notice, every time we have like a weekend off, we're like, yay, weekend off, and then everyone just looks rusty as hell. I'll be honest with you, these next 3 games, I'm actually just running like the same starting 11 in all 3 games. I'm beating. Listen, people say rotation this, rotation that. After these next 3 games, there is literally international break for 2 weeks. All this rotation crap. By the way, Mo is not even going to Egyptian duty anymore. They've qualified already. The national team coaches said okay. And in international duty, perhaps other than Diaz for Colombia, Soboslai for Hungary, Van Dijk obviously for Netherlands, same with Gravenberg. You will see a bit of rotation there. Some players like not starting, some players not really as active and stuff like this. So for me, these next 3 games, I'm just running the starting 11. And by the way, Southampton, people say stuff like, okay, they're fighting for their lives. I know we should slap them, and I do expect us to slap them completely. But I don't need to like start Endo and start Elliott and start Nunez, because you can never be complacent and disrespect Premier League opposition. I'm just going to go with the 11. And if we're 4-0 up by the 60th minute, we have 5 substitutions to make. Rotate then. Bring out Van Dijk, bring on Kwanzaa, bring out whoever you want to bring out Salah. Rotate then. You don't have to rotate from the start.
On Southampton,
I've got to take
relegated.
back a quote. I've got to take that statement back. I just said, I've just realised that Jadon Sancho and Garnacho play left wing in this league. So Diaz isn't the worst left winger. All right, I'll take it back a little bit. Okay,
I'm gonna have to.
I tell you, you've got Jadon Sancho and Garnacho play in this league. So yeah, he's not the worst.
I want to answer Rak's question with a little grenade poll. What I want to do in the second leg of this tie, 4-4-2, you swap out Diogo Jota, you put in Curtis Jones, and you take out Luis Diaz and you put in Darwin Núñez. And the only reason why you put in Darwin Núñez is because if you're going to play long ball, you need pace. And we don't need to score 1 million goals. I just need to know that if I play the ball in 40 yards behind, that I have someone who will get on the end of it and at least retain possession in the opposing field for 1 second minimum. Like if we're just trying to relieve pressure, then we want pace up there. Mo Salah is your creative guy. Darwin is your speed guy. Curtis Jones is there to help protect the wings. McAllister is there to help protect the wings. So is Gravenberch. So is Soboslai. You just play tight, compact back 8 with Darwin and Salah at the top. And to me, that would be the formula, because at the end of the day, Darwin is not a great footballer. We're not here talking about that. But his hold-up ability, the one time it actually worked, led to us winning. So like if he can do that again and just simply be the guy to receive the ball and win it in the opposing final third, that's all I need, because Jota was so poor. So
you know what Mike reminds me of? We've all had that like friend, sometimes best friend, that completely denies being in love with his ex, and you could tell that
this
he's
is
just
not
so
like.
Let me speak. I let you off and let me speak.
You're gaslighting now. You're gaslighting.
Thank you. Can I speak? Mike Das has managed to convince the masses this season that he's no longer a Darwin Núñez fan. But every single time on an LFC show, after Darwin Núñez does something good, the first person asking for him to start the next game is Mr. Mike Das.
And
There
he's
is no
messaging me as
game.
well, telling me.
Yes, exactly. There is no game more perfect for Diogo Jota than Southampton because they're absolutely crap.
No.
We're
I'm not
going
talking about
to create-
Southampton.
Let
I'm
me
not
let me
talking about
let me
Southampton.
let me
He's
speak.
talking
We're
about
going to
PSG.
create. We're going to create. Yeah,
Talk
let
about
me
PSG.
land, guys. But
Okay, sorry.
how can you get
Sorry,
to my
sorry.
point if I haven't landed, you frauds?
Because you
Anyway.
just said Southampton. I was talking about
Because
Real
I'm getting there. There is a
Okay,
point to my pre-point.
Sure.
Yes, so there is no more perfect game to start him than against Southampton. You start him against Southampton, he scores 2 goals, 3 goals, he's involved, his confidence is back up. Pow, start him against PSG. Because guess what? He wasn't even bad against PSG. You want to know who was bad? The best player in the world, Salah, but he gets to have an off day. And Jamie's favorite, Luis Diaz. Can I honestly say who I think was bad against PSG? Diaz, Mo, and the 3 midfielders. That's it. I don't think anyone else was bad.
No,
Like
they're all
I think
shocking,
Mo was horrible. I think Diaz was horrible. The 3 midfielders couldn't pass to save their life. Like, okay, the work rate was there and defensive, but they couldn't save.
Szoboszlai was okay.
The
I thought
difference
Szoboszlai
was when
okay.
Jones came on. Jones came on and we started to play football. That is something okay. After Jones came on, we woke up a little bit. But other than that, bro, how
Husam.
can I blame Jota?
Okay, fine. But riddle me this.
They
If
got
we
tired,
know
by
for
the
a
way.
fact,
That's
I love
the reason.
riddles.
They got
if
tired.
if we know for a fact that the precedent that has now been set every single time Jota has come back from injury is that it's 60 minutes, right? 60 minutes or however much time until the dead ball comes and then you go out. So this last time it was 62, the time before it was 60 kind of on the dot. If you know that he's going to play 60 minutes, then why not play him for the final 30? Why not keep him on the bench, play the guy who can get in behind and has full energy, is quicker, more physical, right? And then if you need the clinical guy towards the end of the game because you're already up 1-0, well, then at the 60th minute, take out Darwin and throw on Jota. At the 45th minute, take out Darwin and throw on Jota because now you know that you get 45 minutes. He can't play over 60. He's not allowed to. We all know that. So why start him? And when he's been on the pitch, he hasn't been good. I have to thoroughly disagree. He was poor. He's been poor in every game he has been on the pitch since he came back from injury. Maybe barring what was it? Was it who did he have the equalizer against? Forest. Maybe outside of Forest, where he scored the equalizer, he's been poor. And even in that game, he wasn't necessarily good. He just happened to catch what's his name, Leno, just completely out, and he didn't even make a dive for the ball because he sent him the wrong way.
But I think Jota is a significantly better footballer than Nunes. I think in almost every aspect of it.
Agreed.
And therefore, I would always opt for him ahead of Nunes and use Nunes in the impact role because I think, especially in a game at Anfield where I think away against PSG difficult, I think we will see more of the ball. We will have more attacking opportunities and we will be on the ball more. And as a result, if we're going to be on the ball more, I want better players who are better on the ball. And I think Jota is better. And if we need to throw a Hail Mary and we need to bring him on and either keep Jota on or take him off in the last 30 minutes or 40 minutes, then we have that option. Jota is also equally good as a super sub. Don't get me wrong; he's done that in the past as well. So I don't have any problems with Jota coming on as a super sub, but I would prefer to see him start personally.
Red line of Taranga, you are a bum, and you should immediately. You're a yoga and you're African, and you should be able to. You should know this. A quick new tab search would have saved you the embarrassment because you're always sending $2 super chats to save yourself from humiliation. Egypt have already qualified for the next round, you bum, which means that he doesn't need to be there. So he won't be there, mate. Big up, though. Nice one. Anyway.
Yeah, the
so I do want to segue for us to talk about Southampton a little bit. Big up to Red Lion for sending a super chat. Big up to 500 of you locked in. Make sure guys are liking the video. Make sure guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Everyone, please hit the like button. Everyone, please subscribe to the channel right here, right now. Southampton, Jamie, I'm gonna get you started on this one. Talk to me, brother.
Extremely easy game. 3 points and nothing else, man. What? I mean, it's
wow.
It's a very, very easy game. Like Liverpool should win this quite comfortably with not a lot of stress.
It's not what Jamie
be
says; it's the way he says it. It's just very easy game, very easy game.
You're having a
Nothing to
disco in
worry about,
front
lads.
lane.
if there is if we got to
If we
worry
can't
about
call Southampton at
Southampton,
home an easy game,
Yeah.
which game do we call an easy?
Yeah,
but that's
like,
why I
we're
said
in
it's not
trouble.
what he says; it's the way he says it. His delivery is impeccable.
Look, we're Southampton. They play the kind of football that we like teams to play against us. So, shit at the back and keep hold of the ball for no reason. So, they will play exactly the same way. They can't play a low block because they've got the players to play a low block. And if they do play a low block, their low block is made out of sponge, ain't it? Do you know what I mean? So it should be easy to penetrate. I'm not sure about. I don't know why. I just got this feeling Wataru Endo's going to play to Gravenberch tomorrow. I just have this feeling because it might be one of them games where Slot feels like Southampton at home is a game I could properly rest Gravenberch in with two very important games after this coming up that he wants him to play in. And it might be a game where he can put Endo in and just give Endo 90 minutes and then keep Gravenberch just that little bit pressure. I know they had a week off before, but Gravenberch still looked a little bit off it in that game the other day. So if there's only one player, because I wouldn't do a full, I've heard people today talk about like 7 rotation players coming in and changing it all up for Southampton. I wouldn't do that. I'd literally just probably do Gravenberch Endo and that's it, and then keep everyone else going because you haven't really got anyone else to replace Mo on the right anyway. Gakpo's not fit, and he might be fit, but Slot said it's going to be late till the game till he knows. Diaz will have to play, and then it's either Jota or Darwin, ain't it? So, I feel with Endo, he's probably deserving a few more minutes now and probably a start. And out of the whole season, this is probably the best part of the season where Slot can look at it and go, right, I can actually give Gravenberch a rest in this Premier League game.
Yeah.
Out of all the games we played this season, just give him that little break and put Endo in now. But I'm expecting 3 points, I don't care who plays. It could be a Sam, Endo and Mike for all that I care.
Hey,
should be still getting 3. We should be still getting 3 points. Southampton are arguably the worst Premier League side of all time. We're top of the league going for a title. Let's get the 3 points and make the gap between us and Arsenal 16 points before they play Sunday evening. That's our job. One game at a time. Just concentrate on this Southampton game. Get the 3 points. Pay respect to them. Be professional. Don't just. Hopefully, they're not just like me. Oh, it's easy. Just hopefully they're professional. Take it responsibly. Treat Southampton like they're Real Madrid. Go and get the 3 points. Get the job done.
Yeah, but that's what Slot said today in the press conference. He said it's 3 cup finals, and I completely agree with him. By the way, sorry, guys, I want to say something because I have to own up when I'm right, when I'm wrong. I apologize to you, Redline Taranga. He is right. I just went to Egyptian newspapers. Salah has been called up to the national team. I thought it was the African qualifiers, which they have already qualified. I apologize publicly to Redline Taranga.
Gaslighting 101.
I'm a man who
Gaslighting
admits when he's
101.
wrong. I thought it was AFCON qualifiers, which they qualified already, top of the group, guaranteed. So, yeah, big up. My bad, Redline Taranga.
So Murray's
Apologies.
going on international duty.
But the thing is, when you guys say this, okay, I see some of your comments. I see Promo say it earlier on. You as well, Andre, couple of guys. Like, if Jamie is confident about us beating Southampton, what's really the issue here? Like, you know what it is? I feel like us 5 on the panel, and I'm going to speak for us 5, you cannot win. Because if Jamie said it's going to be a difficult game, where is your chest? Why can't you show chest? And then he says it's an easy game. Stop jinxing us. It's Southampton at Anfield.
Well,
What is Jamie supposed to say? Like, oh my God, we are going to lose.
I think he's
The
just.
last time Southampton beat us was in 2021.
Yeah, but Southampton were also really good against us, and it
doesn't matter.
They were very good against us in the first.
It's a good point. They were good.
But
I agree.
I agree with Jamie that this should be a 3-point wrapped in the bag. But at the same time, you have to treat it with professionalism. I think just control the game. Midfield 3 need to be on it, whoever it is. I would agree with starting Endo, but I would keep McAllister and Soboslai in there. Control the game, control the pace, control the flow. We will score goals. We will create flurries of chances. have it be one of those games where it's just a reason why we have the least amount of distance covered in the league, right? Like, shouldn't be an awful lot of insanely difficult work. The only times I expect Southampton to really get at us is when we get dispossessed in midfield, when we get caught out, and that comes from a mistake from us. You know, a team like this, if they're pressing us high up the pitch, go long, whatever, come back into your shape, deal with it for the 20, 25 minutes. They're not going to press you for 90 minutes like PSG possibly could in a Champions League tie. As long as the midfield three are doing their job, I don't have any issues, because that's the only place that they can hurt us. McAllister loses the ball lazily, or Szoboszlai loses it lazily, and they play a ball in behind, and you know, someone takes a run at Robertson or Trent, and they end up scoring a goal. But just keep it calm. Let Mo play for 70 minutes. Bring on Harvey at the end. Let McAllister get subbed off. Let Szoboszlai get subbed off. Put on Nunes for Jota. Tell Konate, hey, we're up 3-0. Just walk. I mean, honestly, at this point, it's like the 85th minute. Don't even go for the tackle. Like, we don't need the clean sheet. Let Allison save it, or just let it go in. Just calm, cool, collected. Get it done in the first half, and just cruise control at the rest. But like professional. Like, you know, that we talk about it is different than the way that the team, like, you bet your ass Virgil's going to be there and be like, this is where people slip up. Like, this is where people slip up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know, we have to be on it. But as fans, I think it would be a little bit ridiculous for anyone here to be talking shit about Southampton at home. Like, Jamie is right. Like, it's Southampton at home. We're 13 points at the top of the table. Let's not talk like we're about to fall off the ledge.
Yeah, look, none of us we're as fans to some extent we're allowed to be complacent, especially as you know, we're not involved in the game on tomorrow, and I don't think there's anything wrong to be in being confident, because ultimately, look, as much as I would love it if Arne Slot and Virgil and these guys were watching us and all that kind of stuff, these guys are elite sportsmen, top of the game, top of their game. So I don't think anything like that. Whether I'm super complacent or super cautious, will have no bearing on the impact of the result.
It's irrelevant.
Tomorrow.
It's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant.
Someone just said, if we drop points tomorrow, don't forget how overconfident you guys were. What the fuck does my confidence have anything to do with Liverpool Football Club? I'm not a part of the team. I don't go to the games. Like, I'm not a member of the squad. My confidence means jack fucking shit.
Hang on. So we can't be confident playing Southampton when we're top of the league by 13 points and they got like 8 points.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to break it to you.
Jamie, you should be.
If I can't be confident in this game, then just shut football down, man.
I'm really sorry.
I'll start watching rugby tomorrow. I'll start watching rugby.
I'm really sorry, Jack, but it's going to be more than 5 goals.
Is an Arsenal fan, by the way.
No, Kmack, it's not going to be more than 5 goals.
No, it is. It's going to be more than 5 goals.
If we go up 2-0, we're gonna play fucking.
You're an Arsenal fan. I know you. You're an Arsenal fan. That's why you're saying overconfident. You guys.
Hang on. Hang on, guys. Hang on 1 second. Someone in the chat has just told me to stay humble, you clown. Right. I don't know if your dad's breastfeeding you or not. But listen.
Oh my God.
Right. I said that in summer Liverpool win the Premier League, and no one believes me. Yeah. In the last few weeks, when everyone was doing their nutting and going, right, that's the title over, when we drew points, when we drew to Aston Villa and stuff like that, I said, calm down, guys. We're better than you think. We'll be fine. Right? So don't tell me to be humble. I've been supporting Liverpool since 1989. Don't come at me with this shit. Yeah, I'm too old for this bollocks.
Promo. Complacency leads to a poor atmosphere at Anfield. No, that's not what leads to a poor atmosphere. It's people who want to go to the game and sit on their ass. It's stewards that go into sections and tell people to sit down because the tourists behind them can't fucking watch the game. I'm
a little bit with Promo on this. I think complacent, because if it was a game at 4 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon, we were playing Man City, the atmosphere would be different. So I think there is something to be said for that. I agree. But I think the difference between that and how much better we are than Southampton makes that difference insignificant, in my opinion. Like, I think complacency does make a difference.
Well, Slot came out and said in the press conference that he wants the fans there 30 minutes before the start of the game to start singing. Like he wants it to be a cup final. Look, look. I know you might feel we might be inconsistent or whatever, but we're going to score 5 goals in this game because we're going to absolutely batter these because they play like PSG. They play like PSG. They play with fast wingers, but they haven't got the defence or the midfield, so they've got a real soft centre. We're going to destroy these at Anfield and take a really big lead and loads of confidence into the next game on Wednesday. Sorry,
I hope so.
Mo Salah's after more goals and assists.
If we're 3-0 up,
needs
then
3 assists
I would make all 5 subs and conserve,
Yeah, I agree.
like
He
saves.
needs.
I'm
Well, the
not
thing is,
chasing
Mo
5
needs the
goals.
stat pad. Mo needs 3 assists tomorrow.
He
Everyone else has
absolutely
to be
does.
on it because he needs to tie Henry tomorrow. He needs
Yep.
3.
He needs to.
Imagine he just gets 4 assists in one game and just breaks the record. Thank you, Southampton.
I just you know what? I just
Hey,
want-
I watched. Listen,
I
Arsenal
want-
fans can't gaslight me with their nostalgic bullshit. I watched Thierry Henry, literally 50% of his assists is literally just layoffs, man. Like,
I just
they're gonna
want
act
calm,
like
collected.
he dribbled past 5 people and played a 50-yard cross every time. It's just total BS, to be honest with you. So
Just
Yeah.
cool, collect, calm, little amount of distance covered, creating chances left and right. Everyone's walking. It's 5-0 up. It's in the 65th minute. Southampton stopped playing football. They both kind of look at each other and say, should we just go for a smoke? You guys want to just chill?
They're almost they're
wrap it
almost
up.
mathematically relegated, by the way.
Aren't they last in the league?
Haven't they got 9 points? Like the next
Yeah, they got
like,
9 points.
23.
What do they have to play for?
nothing.
I don't think they've got a
Exactly.
manager, have they?
Pride. They don't want to be right now. They're on course to become the worst Premier League team in terms of points. So the
They
only
will
thing
be.
really is pride.
And you know what?
Which
They will be.
I don't know how much.
And the time to change that is against the top of the table, 13 points clear Liverpool. You're right, Rack. You're right. This is the
fair.
game to
That's
turn
fair.
the
That's
fortune.
fair.
This is the game to turn the fortune.
There is something that a Diaz fan just sent me. I put this up on the screen, Jamie. I love you.
Go
Can I put this up on the screen? Yo,
Go on.
there's
Diaz
someone who
boxing.
absolutely loves Diaz, bro.
Yeah,
He just
boxing.
sent me. He just
Go
sent
on.
me a title of one of your videos as well.
Oh, has he?
Yeah. What, when
He
Diaz
sent
was
me a
good?
title after
That's
the
cool.
Bournemouth game where it's titled
Diaz
Diaz.
world class.
It's titled
Diaz.
Diaz world class. after
Yeah,
that
world
game.
class performance. That is correct. He had a world class performance that game. But he was shit yesterday.
Val,
you
you're
go.
so shameless for this, but like,
I like that. I'm going to put that on my video. Actually,
Did he
Oh
did he
my
edit
God.
did he edit Jamie's eyes?
now Val likes to do to put Botox on people's faces, and I have to tell him when he makes one of my thumbnails, can you remove the Botox, you bum? And he just
That looks
I
like
like
Meghan Markle in the
that.
background.
Apologies, I got it wrong. So Southampton
I like that. I'll keep that.
league. So league with the league situation, everyone here confident? We're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, league stuff.
Yep.
60
Big up,
points.
Will.
I'm so
16 point
confident
gap
that I'm
on
not
the-
even sure I'm going to be able to wake up for the game because the game's so fucking early here.
What's the time difference, Mike, between
8
Liverpool
hours.
or England and California? Okay, wow. So you
That's
go
7
7
a.m.
o'clock. 7 o'clock kickoff. 7 a.m.
It's pretty much like half a day.
That's dedication, isn't it? That is dedication.
Trust me,
Totally
I've had a couple
Could be
games.
worse.
where
It could be a 12 o'clock. It could be a lunchtime.
I mean,
kickoff.
dude, I stayed up. I didn't the Nottingham Forest game that we lost at home. I didn't go to sleep for that. I was just like, fuck it. Like I don't want to wake up at 4:30. So I didn't go to sleep. And of course we lose. And I got to sit there in misery. Didn't sleep. We lose. It sucked.
Damn, 2 a.m. in Australia. Andrew
And
Edwards.
that was weird as well. That was when,
4:30,
when
wow.
everybody turned on Slot and started saying, "Oh, he's not all that." And
It's just, sometimes I like once or twice a year out here in California, I say, you know what? I'm going to go out on Friday night. I'll wake up the next morning and I'll read the score. And I think Southampton, bottom of the league table, that's one of those where I'll say, okay, I don't need to watch this game.
Have you
Wow.
have
Watch,
you
watch it fucking bite me in the ass now.
have you seen that?
Mike, I'll be honest with you now. After everything you've said, you have to wake up for the game. I'm gonna be so honest with you. Like,
okay.
after everything, your
My
mouth
roommates want to
is
go out tonight.
finished.
I can't go out and then
What
watch the
time's your
game.
game?
Stay
What time's your
awake.
game?
Stay
7
awake.
a.m. 7 a.m.
Yeah.
What time?
Yeah,
7 a.m.
Stay awake.
I do
Yeah.
UFC watch-alongs here in the UK starting at 3 in the morning.
Mm.
That's dedication. That's. I mean, UFC's on this Saturday. Pereira versus
Yeah.
Ankalaev.
I'll be up at 3 a.m. watching it.
I wanted to go
But-
because
but
that's in Vegas,
Jamie-
but my fucking roommate wants to go to a concert instead. So I got.
But
I got
Jamie, do you
screwed.
wake up? Do you wake up and stream, or do you not just like stay awake? I would. For me, I'm a
His
night owl, so I would
roommate
just stay
wants to
awake.
No,
go to a
I
concert.
just stay awake, man.
His roommate wants to go to a concert.
What do you mean,
I-
roommate? My roommate wants to go.
Have
to
you
a
ever
concert.
heard of anyone making a sacrifice for his roommate? Come on, you guys.
What-
Like, I
Well,
think-
he's like
you
one of
remember
my
my
friends.
roommate says, "Don't
It
watch the
depends.
game." You
Depends
know,
how close they are,
come
isn't it?
on, man. Mike, you think we're 15? We're gonna believe you?
Okay, my bad, guys. I'm not allowed to have
Roommate,
friends. It's Liverpool only. It's only Liverpool, fully
Yeah,
dedicated.
yeah, okay,
It's
man.
It
my
also
life.
depends who you're going to see in concert.
Yeah.
It's
If my
it's
roommate
actually-
told me to watch a game, come to a
a
concert,
band I
I'd be
like a
like, fuck off. Like, what are you talking about? You're just my roommate. Play your role, pay half the rent. That's it. Like, just don't come
yeah,
tell
we
me I
have
can't watch the
differences with some. We have differences, but it's okay.
game. Yeah. Roommate, big up.
Roommate.
Big up.
Roommate.
Yeah,
Hey, it keeps
roommate.
it cheap. It keeps it cheap. It keeps it cheap.
If that's what you want to call him, it's up to you, mate.
He's my
Him?
friend.
He
He's my
likes,
friend I live with.
baseball. He likes
Him.
baseball.
It's
Oh,
very
him.
interesting. You think it's a him. Anyway, PSG.
You get me so stressed and go smoking in a minute. That's how bad it is.
Champions League. I do want to talk about our chances in the Champions League as well. Now that we've done league, I'm so glad. Like for once, in this like Southampton section, like no one argued. Like no one said anything. You know, no one is thinking any bad thoughts. Like we're all positive about it, and I love it because I'm the same. Like I think we're gonna smash Southampton tomorrow. How many likes are we on, you frauds? 500 people in here. Please don't tell me this number is real. Guys, we're not even at 200 likes yet. Have some shame. Hit the
Oh,
like
wow.
button.
Wow.
Subscribe to the channel. We're here discussing Mike's
Disgusting.
roommate. Please like the video, man.
Oh, come on, bro.
on,
Roommate,
Mike,
friend,
well, you see,
friend I
because you
live
have a
with.
reaction,
I
it
have
makes me
three
want to say it
roommates.
more.
I have three roommates.
If you just
No
make
one
it be a
did- no one-
my comment, like, you know, no one
I
says
live with
anything.
three other
Someone in the-
people. Keeps it cheap.
Someone in the chat just put roommates and one bedroom.
No. But this is the thing, Mike. We would say in the UK, we would say flatmates because you're sharing your
We'd
flat.
say flatmate,
Roommate
yeah,
is someone who
flatmate.
shares a room.
Well, I live in
don't share a
America,
room.
Rak. I don't know if you noticed from my accent. This is
No,
America.
I know.
Okay, this is
I
America.
know, but, but that's
It's
why
America.
it seems a bit. I know. But flatmate would make more sense,
Flatmate.
right?
Okay, fine. I have three flatmates.
There you go.
There you go.
Three
Then-
flatmates.
now you're talking our league.
Okay.
Yeah. There you
Okay, here we go. All right, my bad.
There you go.
I have to read the room.
Everything's good now. The
You have to
roommate
read
stuff
it.
was
I have to
to
read
read
the
flat.
room.
You're surrounded.
I
So,
don't
guys,
flat
back to
here.
the football before Mike loses it. Liverpool's chances in the Champions League, Rak. Talk to me.
Look, I'm going to roll out the same line that I've rolled out many times over the last 2 or 3 years. We are one of the best teams in Europe. We're one of the top 2 or 3 teams in
It
Europe.
hasn't worked though, because he's 3 years old.
It hasn't worked, but that doesn't stop it being any less true, right? We are one of the best teams in Europe, one of the top 3 teams in Europe, and when you are in that position, your objective should be to win the Champions League. Whether we will or not, I'm not sure, but we are in a very, very good place to do so. I think you can very well argue PSG is one of the best teams in Europe right now, and we have an advantage over them. That tie's not done. We get through them, and then we're going to play one of the. Sorry, I don't want to count my chickens too much, but you would expect that we will beat Villa. I expect us to beat Villa. At that point, we're in the semi-final. We're playing one of the Madrid teams or Arsenal. It won't be easy. But I think our side of the
say
draw.
or
is-
Arsenal. Don't ever disrespect. the
look,
Champions League.
I'm just, whatever happens there. Okay, we'll
The
play
best
the
thing that
teams in
can
the
happen to
bottom
Arsenal
half. Yeah,
is to lose late. I'm just saying.
yeah.
I don't want them to lose to Madrid. I want them to lose late.
No. So, and I think our side of the draw. I think the winner of the Champions League will come from our side of the draw. So,
Yeah, I agree with
We
that.
need to do everything we can. There's no guarantees. There's no guarantee. This is one game and one tournament where you won't see me, Jamie, Mike, Kmack, or Husam saying we've got it in the bag. But
Well,
if we get to the final, I back us against any team in the other side on the other side of the draw,
Yeah.
and even against the teams
Ow.
we're playing in this side of the draw. I think on our day we're capable of beating them because we are one of the best teams in the world, one of the best teams in England, one of the best teams in Europe.
well, we got it in the bag. There's no doubt about
the
that.
Jamie's just full confidence today.
No,
Liquid
I'm not. I'm only
Liquid
joking. I'm joking.
only thing I was missing was, it's going to be easy. Just say it's going to be easy, Jamie.
I think like, the Champions League is going to be difficult. I ain't going to lie. You know, that second leg against PSV's not over yet either. That's going to be a tough game to get through. Although I feel confident in that way just because at Anfield, I think an Anfield crowd, you know, on European nights, it don't matter who you play against at times. It just there's something magical about it, ain't there? It's just the quarterfinal looks like it's going to be Aston Villa. We should, if we get there, beat Villa over 2 legs. I'll be very, very disappointed if we win out the Champions League to Aston Villa. That would be quite disappointing. And then
unfortunately, that's not beyond the realms of possibility.
No,
Knowing Unai Emery, I can't even lie to you.
Yeah, but then Villa and then you got away.
Yeah, and then you got probably one of the Madrids, I would say, probably in the semi-final. So it's going to be difficult. But Liverpool, I don't know what it is with Liverpool this season. We're very hard to beat. We don't lose a lot of games. If you actually look at the games that we lost, there were games that almost didn't matter. You know, the first leg of a semi-final against Spurs, but still went to the final. The last game of the Champions League group stage when we already finished top, sort of didn't matter really. You know, the FA Cup game where I don't know anyone who gave a shit. So it's all like the games we've lost didn't really matter, sort of thing. So we're tough to beat. You know, PSG, that's as good as any team's played against us in England or in Europe this season. I think the best. And we still won that game somehow. So there is something about us in Europe. We have got that quite a hold over a lot of teams in Europe because I do believe aura in Europe is a real thing. I don't know what it is. I do think it's a real thing. And the only one who can out-aura us at the moment is Real Madrid. Probably Barcelona maybe, and that's it. So I feel like we'll get to the semi-finals. And then we'll see how we go from there because it will be one of the Madrid games which will be extremely difficult to get past. But I'm confident in semi-finals at least.
I just think that the problem with Europe is that you don't have to lose, right? Like you could draw. Like, I mean, like, let's say we get through against PSG. All it takes is a tie, and then you go to penalties, and then it is what it is. Like from there, it's up to the footballing gods. Is Allison on it on the day? I mean, we have been fortunate in penalty shootouts for the last 4 years, right? Carabao Cup final, FA Cup final, but you know, it ultimately just kind of comes down to the fact that you don't have to lose on the day. You don't even have to lose in the tie. PSG could win 1-0. We'd all would say, you know, it's not terrible. And then you end up going to penalties. I just think that right now we have the biggest test of our season so far. If we can get over PSG, Villa are not good away from home. And another advantage is if I believe I'm correct, since we're the top seeded team, we get the return leg in every single one of these things. I don't think that they draw the legs because every top seeded team played away in the first game, right? So we have an advantage there, right? So even if I have to go away to Villa, like Villa is shit at Anfield. So even if I lose by 1 somehow, Villa always suck at Anfield. Then turn the page to Real Madrid.
Yeah, so Mike, my initial thoughts were the second leg, we would get to play the second leg all the way up to the final. But I think actually that turned out to be incorrect. And I think we played Villa.
It changes.
Yeah. So it's a bit annoying that because I mean,
quarterfinals is at home first.
And we got PSG.
But then is semifinals at home? Is semifinals home second?
Semifinals is second leg at Anfield.
Okay,
second leg at Anfield? Yeah.
You know, regardless of that, like I still think no matter what, I think that we can get past Villa. Yeah. Like we should have won that fucking game. Darwin Núñez, no answers fucking needed. Go forward. Also, we piped them in the first game at Anfield. And again, Darwin Núñez missing 2 sitters should have won that game 4-0. So no, Núñez cost us goals in both games.
Start him against
Looking-
PSG. someone said.
Sam,
Hey,
what has Vel said? Yeah,
Husam.
just tell me now.
Husam,
What's he said? Yeah.
He's
don't
actually said
do that.
something about
because
you
you're
don't
taking
say
you're
anything
taking
about
you're taking my comments out of context. Oh, this is ridiculous. This is
you.
ridiculous.
It's not me.
It's ridiculous.
It's Mel.
I don't even have a fucking
It's
beard
Mel.
anymore. I don't even have a
It's
beard
not me.
anymore.
It's not me.
Regardless, the Madrid, like the way that we played them in that first in the
John, are you
group
paying him on the
stage.
side to do them?
No, he's definitely just quick with it. He's
In real
just quick
time,
with it.
in
He's
real
just quick with
time.
it. He's just quick with it. We were so much better against them in the group stage. They have not shown to be the Madrid of old. And if there were any year that I would go into that game with confidence in a semifinal against Real Madrid with the return leg at Anfield, it would be this one because of the fact that we should have won by more that game. And all we gave away was a penalty. And Kelleher, the man, ended up saving it. But no, like we need to, this is paramount. Like the league should be done and dusted. We should be able to see it through with 13 points. Now it's time to focus on this. I want both.
I want to say something about the Champions League here, because the Champions League for me.
Can I say something afterwards, though? Because I've been quite quiet.
Yeah. Okay, I'll let me just say this. The Champions League this season, like, if Atletico Madrid knock out Real Madrid, I will publicly say we're going to win the Champions League. The way that I will be supporting Atletico Madrid against Real at the Wanda, you would have thought Simeone's my uncle.
They can do
Yes.
it.
Yes, Simeone's smart. He was like, okay, 2-1 loss in their backyard. It ain't even that bad. I just have a 1-goal deficit. That's it. Very smart by Simeone. Thing is with Real Madrid, right? Hamid, Habib. Guys, okay. I'm not speaking about heritage. I want to make something clear. Big up to you, Hamid, for the super chat. You say PSG is our hardest test. Let me just tell you something, and I will be completely honest and objective about this conversation. And Raks, from day one, he probably can vouch of the Champions League fixtures. I was with him on the football terrace, and I made this point clear. I am not someone who just says, heritage, and that's it. I don't say this. But I look at difference makers. We're talking about Atletico right now, Hamid, right? Madrid did nothing the whole game. Atletico were much better. They had the possession at the Santiago Bernabeu. They had the more dangerous chances. But all it took was Rodrigo, dribble pass left back, boom, goal. And then after that, Brahim Diaz, dribble, goal. The thing that separates Real Madrid is they have the most difference makers on the football pitch. It's not about heritage. It's not about me just screaming, oh my God, they won 16 times. This is not the case. It's the case of having players who can make a difference. Who do I think are difference makers for Liverpool Football Club? The world-class players. Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, and Salah. Those are the 4 players I think difference makers. Someone might tell me McAllister. I think he's on the verge of getting there. And at the end of the season, if we win the league, inshallah, we win the league and the Champions League, or even just the league, we can fully come out and say, guys, McAllister is world class. We can say it. But at this point in time, it's more about like doing it over and over again. McAllister is there soon. Gravenberch is there soon. I get it. Now, let me just say this, and this is very important. I don't just scream heritage and that's it. I look at the amount of difference makers they have. Rodrigo, Mbappe, Vinicius, Valverde, Camavinga, Chouameni, Luka Modric on any given day, Thibaut Courtois on any given day. I've just named about 7 difference makers. This is not a thing where I'm going to sit up here and just like shit myself if we face Real Madrid, but I'm going to be completely honest and objective. If it's Liverpool versus Real Madrid in the semi-final of the Champions League, I gave us a 35% to 40% chance of going through. Not more than that. Because in my honest opinion, the thing that is so irritating about facing Real Madrid is the following, and I'll let Kmack go after this. The one thing that's genuinely so frustrating about them that is not the same with facing anyone else is if you make one effing mistake, they're just there, ready to pounce. It's just, all it takes is just one mess up. And the perfect example is that final in Paris. All we did was one wrong thing in 90 minutes, 1-0 Real Madrid. And this is the thing that I can't stand about them. It's the fact that it's so easy for you to lose against them if you're not fully switched on, concentrated. Like for like 180 minutes, this brain has to be operating at the highest concentration level like no other. Like a player has to burn 5,000 calories per player to like just fully focus every single moment against Madrid to beat them, and that's the only way. But if Atletico knock out Real Madrid, I will publicly go and I will say Liverpool are going to win the Champions League, because Inter don't scare me, Bayern don't scare me, Atletico don't scare me, none of them scare me, because we have handled every single one of those teams, even when they were better, and defeated them. We beat a better Bayern Munich at the Allianz. We beat Inter Milan in their own backyard 2-0, league-winning Inter Milan, who were absolutely phenomenal. Harvey Elliott and Mo Salah scored that day. Atletico Madrid, we've beaten them at the Wanda Metropolitano 3-2 and at Anfield 2-0. Complete domination, by the way, twice. We dominated them in their own backyard. Leverkusen, don't make me laugh. Come on. You know, Barcelona is interesting, but the way that they defend, I'll be honest with you, we like their defense can't handle our attack. At least I know their attack is scary, but our defense can handle it. Kmack, go ahead. Sorry, I spoke a lot.
Well, you said a lot of stuff that I was going to say, but it's all good. But
sorry.
Don't write the Belgian team off against Aston Villa. By the way, Aston Villa concede goals, okay, and this team's won in their away legs a few times. Aston Villa looked tired as well, by the way. And I think something that we're missing about the Champions League is the last couple of games in the Champions League, we could be done in the Premier League. So we could be resting players. We can just be focusing on how to beat these teams. And if Atletico Madrid do go through against Real Madrid, and they could, by the way, I think this is the first game that they've actually lost, because they've done a lot of draws with Atletico Madrid. It's always neck and neck. It always goes to the wire with those two teams. They've got some good players, Atletico Madrid now. They've also got quite a few players that are probably going to play their last season with them. So they might want to go out on a bang and really try and win that one. I do think we'll win it. I do think we'll win it. Like I'm pretty confident that we'll actually win the Champions League. I just think there's too many players in our team that want one more. You know, it might be the last one they get. You know, at Liverpool. So, you know, I'm not saying they're going to go at the end of the season, but they still haven't signed. And I just think this means a lot to them. And we have a manager that can tactically win games, like when we're not playing great. And I think that's really key in the Champions League. You know, if we do get Aston Villa, we've beaten Aston Villa before. Aston Villa were also trying in the league themselves.
I hate them.
Like, they're trying really hard in the league themselves. They've also got loads of players like that have played a lot of games this season. They've had a few injuries. Their defense is a bit decimated. They've only got a few attackers now because they've sold a lot of them. Atletico Madrid, I think that's a revenge mission as well. And then it's literally the final. You know, the team that I would fear the most is probably Bayern Munich, because Bayern Munich have got a lot of individuals that are really skillful and tricky, and they feel quite similar to PSG, but they've also got a really good forward. Like Harry Kane's scoring goals for fun right now, but that could just be the final.
I'm sorry, can I just address these quickly, Raks? Sorry, just let me just address it. The only club in Europe I'm afraid of as an LFC fan is Real Madrid. I agree. The rest are all up for grabs. I'll back my boys to do the job required. Big up. I'm with you completely, except Real Madrid. Listen, let them get eliminated. Khalas, guys. I'm announcing
I'm talking like they're getting eliminated. I hope they do.
I hope as well. Bro, come on,
Look,
Simeone.
we want to win this trophy, and I'm not one of these people who sits there and I want a really difficult route to the final and play the biggest team. I want the easiest fucking route to the final
Me
possible.
too.
Give me all the small teams, and then let's beat
I hope
fucking
Benfica is in
who's
the
the
Champions
shittest
League
team.
final.
Benfica gets to the final.
I don't
Why?
care.
I don't want to make it difficult. I want an easy trophy.
Same. Now, let me address this guy right here. I'm not going to lie to you. As an Arsenal fan, if Atletico get past Real, I'm booking my ticket to Munich. If Arsenal win the Champions League, I'm going to chop it off. That's how sure I am that they will not win the Champions League. I am putting my bloodline on the line. I'm putting the future of Husam, mini Husams, aka Project Muhammad Salah, aka Project Mbappe, on the line. That's how sure I am that Arsenal will.
Wow.
There is no world. You guys win against PSV, and you think that you can go to the Wanda or to the San Siro or to the Santiago or even to Anfield and win in a Champions League scenario. Are you mad? Are you actually mad? Like, you think you facing Simeone is a good thing? You are going to get absolutely destroyed, whether it's Atletico or Real. No, listen, I backed you to win the league. League is one thing. Champions League, don't talk. Big up, though.
Arteta's trying to play Simeone
I still
football.
won't be
He's
putting my
going to play
manhood
the
on the line
master.
for that. I'm still not putting my manhood for the line for that. That's a mad one. Come on.
I'm going to put it on the line. Look, there you are. See? Why are you skipping over Arsenal? Ain't no way Atletico is beating us. The same Atletico
We
that
did all
got knocked
skip over
out
Arsenal, by the way.
This is how I
None of
know
us
you just don't
mentioned them.
understand Champions League. What's going to be your next point, Basic? That AC Milan beat Real Madrid? Sheriff Tiraspol beat Real Madrid and they won a Champions League. You just don't understand it. The Champions League is not about what happens in the group stages, because big clubs like Real Madrid, Liverpool don't care about group stages. Can I give you one more piece of information? The year that we won the Champions League, we lost to Red Star Belgrade. You know the second goal scorer? He's a car mechanic. He's a car mechanic and a footballer. And we ended up winning the Champions League. Big up, though. I can teach you. Take pen and paper. You see these? I have 6 of them. 6. And I watched with my own eyes 2 of them. You can't talk to me about Champions League. I'll teach you. Take pen and paper. Write it down.
One, are you done, Sam? Yeah. Okay. One thing that gives me more hope than recent seasons when we've lost in the final against Real Madrid is that the position we are in the league, where we are pretty much guaranteed to win the league at this point, and so we can afford to take our foot off the pedal a little bit in terms of pure intensity. I still think we need to be on it 100%. One of the guys, I think, I forget, Ayaz, I think in the chat, said we can't go into any of these games being complacent. We can't. This is not Southampton at home like it's tomorrow. We have to be on it mentally, but we should be trying preservation for in the latter moments of games. If we're winning or if we're drawing or whatever, we can afford to drop a couple of points in the league if it means preserving ourselves for these top level challenges that are forthcoming. And in the past, when that's happened, we've been in a title race with Man City. Or even the season we lost, we lost against Real Madrid. We lost when we were in a top 4 race. I think we only secured top 4 in the last game of the Premier League season. So I don't want us to completely, obviously, ignore the rest of the season, because there's still games there to be won. There's 10 games left, but I think we should be shifting focus slowly but surely.
Jamie, why do I feel like you have a lot to say, but you're just holding it back? Don't hold back, mate.
Is Mike frozen?
I got now to say.
No, Mike is just reading statistics.
Oh, sorry, Mike. He was stuck in that position for a long time.
Ooh, sorry. I'm
Madrid.
troubleshooting something.
The thing with Real Madrid, as Hassan's already said, is that it don't matter if they lose in the group stage to nobody's side. When it comes to the knockout football in Europe, we have eyes. We've all seen it. They are the best in the world at it. It's just a fact. They're defending champions. You watch them play sometimes. We've all watched Real Madrid play. Just watch a Real Madrid game. They don't press. They don't lay deep. They just sort of stand around. You can play your game against them. Everyone can play against them. You get more possession, more shots than Real Madrid. And then with 20 minutes left on the game, they win 4-0. It's just what they do. It's what they do. And when you've got people like Vinny in your team, Mbappe, Rodrigo, you got Camavinga, Schumann, your Modric is still around, Bellingham's. You got these superb footballers in their team, and yeah, they're the favourites of Europe every year for a reason. So that's why I said I'm confident of getting past Villa if we get them in the quarterfinals or a Club Rouge in the quarterfinal. I think PSG we will go through, but it'll still be a difficult game. But semi-finals, I'm not going to sit here and go we'll get to the final, because I believe Real Madrid will get to the semi-finals, and it's not a guarantee. It's just not, and that's the only game I'm worried about in Europe. Probably, I don't think I'm worried about any other game in Europe apart from Real Madrid, and there's a reason behind it. 15-time champions. So yeah, that's the only team, man. Bayern Munich. I think Bayern Munich defensively, the way they set up, I think we can get goals against them. Barcelona, again, similar. But yeah, Real Madrid, guys. Real Madrid. Because you know it is against Real Madrid. We'll look good. But like the first leg, it'll look like we're beating the crap out of them for 80 minutes. And then we'll lose the game 2-0. It's just what they do. It's just what they do. So that's the only team I'm worried about in Europe. No one else. Real Madrid. That's it. Simple.
My calculator.
What, the only team I'm worried about in Europe?
Yes, because you usually don't take these things into account.
What are you talking about? I don't take these things into account. You just don't listen to me when I speak. You hyperanalyze on the numbers. You don't listen to me. Listen, when it comes to this season, the only team, I mean, right now, the team that scares me the most is PSG. Like, what's in front of me? The amount of space that they were able to attack against us. Whoa, Jamie. Right now, listen, I think that PSG pose just as much of a risk as Barcelona. Pacey wingers, right? Like, that's what can hurt us. Really, really, really strong attacks that can hit us at our fullback positions, which is our Achilles heels.
Yeah.
And if you're able to do that and you're able to press high, then you relinquish our ability to take advantage of your defense. Like, we had nothing to offer until we brought in an extra midfielder. When it comes to Madrid, though, this season, listen, like, yeah, because of history, I can't sit here and I can't overlook them. I do think that they have difference makers. I do think that they could be the worst team over two legs, but Thibaut Courtois could just pull the rabbit out of the fire, and they win 2-1 because he makes 25 saves. And it is what it is. But I just think there's something different about this team. I think that game against PSG really showed that. I mean, we were getting hammered, and yet we stayed solid. We didn't panic. We didn't change. We stayed true. We held the course. We rode through the storm, and we were able to get the win. Arsenal don't scare me. Inter don't really scare me. Bayern don't scare me. Villa don't scare me. It's really just, PSG, because we got to get through them, Real Madrid, and Barcelona. Like, those are the three teams where I'm sitting here and I'm saying, I could lose to them, and I won't be furious. I will be like, okay, it just so happened that this year, on these days, they were the better team on the day. And that can happen with the best teams in Europe, but
I assume you'd be angry now if we lose to PSG.
With the 1-0 lead, yeah, I would be angry. But again, on Enz's stream, I said it's not the end of the world if we lose 1-0 to this team away from home. Like, I would not have freaked out. I would have been upset. I would have been angry, but it's not the same as like losing to Aston Villa. It wouldn't be the same as losing to this year's Bayern Munich. It wouldn't be the same to losing to this year's Inter Milan. It's just those three teams scare me in a sense. And but we just got to take it one tie at a time. And for as much as I dislike Arsenal, if Real Madrid go through, and Arsenal will go through, the one thing I want Arsenal to lose, but I want them to get as close as they possibly can to winning, and then I want them to lose. So it would make
penalties. Take it
exactly,
all the way to
bro.
penalties.
No. I'm not even talking about that. I think that the best thing that could happen for Liverpool this season, we have the champion. We get the Premier League closed up. We get the Guard of Honor from Arsenal, and then we beat them in the semifinal of the Champions League. So we just
Oh,
double
wow.
fuck them. We just double fuck them.
Wow.
That's what I
I mean,
want. That's what I want.
Mike- that's
Mike is a
some screaming that,
vicious.
innit?
Mike is a vicious man. Never get on Mike's
That's
bad
just some
side
screaming that.
because he will do things that you don't even think are possible. Did you
That's-
hear what he just said,
Mike?
That's what I want. That's what I
Mike,
want.
if that happens, are you going to do a YouTube stream?
Oh
you gonna
my
If that-
god!
it here?
If I'm a fortune teller and that happens and we get the guard of
Oh.
honor and we beat them in the semifinal, I will go back and I will play this clip and I will say, I told you so.
There you go.
I told you.
But
Don,
why are
you
we
said
talking
it.
about hypotheticals that won't happen? Arsenal are not getting
What do
to
you
the
mean? What do you mean?
They won't.
Listen,
Arsenal
bro,
are not getting to the semifinals under
Oh.
any circumstances.
realistically, yeah, but let a man dream. Like what is the point of being alive if I can't dream?
Okay, would you take that scenario or Real Madrid 10-1 Arsenal on aggregate?
I would rather us beat Arsenal in the semifinal and win the Premier League.
That's what I'm saying, Tom. I've tried to explain it to him, but like he's giving a hypothetical, which is fair. He's saying in the case that it happens. I don't even see the case that it happens.
I'm just saying what I want to happen. Did I say it's going to happen? No. Like all these people are acting
Yeah,
like Mike
yeah.
just said that Arsenal are going to beat Madrid. I'm saying this is what I want in the perfect world for me. That's what happens. That's all.
Arsenal can't beat West Ham.
You're right. You're right. You're right. That's why I'm dreaming. That's why I'm dreaming.
Rax, I get what you mean about delivery now. I get it. Like
Yeah.
it's the way Abud, I see you in the chat. I love you, bro, but you ain't gonna get past no Madrid. Like not Atletico, not Real. Just stop it. Honestly, so
also-
guys, I get that dreaming is free, but like they're coming. I'm not. You know, خلاص, let me not
It's
even
more.
say
It's more than likely going to be Liverpool, Real Madrid semifinal, first leg Bernabeu, second leg Anfield, and then it's a toss-up.
Can I also mention one thing as well? Like we're talking about like some of the teams that we're worried about. We're worried about Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, and Barcelona. They're all fighting for the league title still, and they will be right to the end. Like the title could be done in England with us, so we could have a really fresh team, and they could be playing like some really big games in between those semis or up to the final or the semi. So there's a big difference there. And Real Madrid have been getting loads of injuries. I think Barcelona have had quite a few injuries recently as well. It's an interesting one. It could come down to that.
Have you seen that mad
It's
stat?
definitely not 50-50. It's like
Have you
90-10.
Have you guys seen that mad stat? That Liverpool are beating the champions of England, the champions of France, the champions
Yeah.
of Germany,
Unbelievable.
and the
0
champions
goals.
of Spain without conceding a goal.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Big up Arnie Slot's shithouse Reds. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Hey, only
do it.
one of those was a shithouse win.
The best one was the Madrid win, specifically given what Robertson did when he fouled Brahim Diaz. And then it was only 1-0. And then Mbappe stepped up to take a penalty. And, you know,
Wasn't a bad penalty, by the
Kelleher
way.
saved that everyone. And then we went down the other end, scored McAllister goal 2-0. I was like, did we just beat Real Madrid, mate? Like, we literally just beat Real Madrid. Hey, I don't know, man. Like, it's just, it is what it is. But I'm not worried about Arsenal in the Champions League. I'm really not. It's just, Diego, please do what you need to do this Tuesday. I'm going to be supporting you. I'm going to be singing
will.
Atleti. Let's go, man. I'm going to be with
you
you.
will.
My heart and soul is going to be with Atletico Madrid this whole week, man. I'm with you guys. You best believe it. I'm completely with you guys. Fine, come on, let's do this. Let's do this. Let me just grab these super chats for your wrap up. Raks choke slammed 5 officers on cycling Mikey. Vel, you sending me a super chat when I pay you is just pointless. What's the point?
Just give him a straight discount. Just give him a discount.
You're sending your employer money. Like, why? You're such a fraud. This guy. Hey, here's £2 super chat to Husam. Husam, when are you sending me the PayPal, Habibi? Wow. Big up, Vel, though. Thank you. You know, I'm just gonna send you two less pounds this month. Big up to Basic. In the last 4 years, Atleti have been knocked out of the Champions League by Dortmund, City, Chelsea, and Leipzig. If Atleti make it out, see you in the semis. And you are confirming why your name is Basic, because that is basic thought process about football. It's never been about who's knocked out someone in the last 4 years. Atalanta knocked out Liverpool. Would you rather face Liverpool or Atalanta, mate? Of course you'd
By the way,
rather face
Atletico Madrid have only lost 2 games this season, and they also beat PSG. By the way, at their ground.
And you know what they'll be thinking. You know
they've
what
got it in
everything that
them.
we've said. You know everything that we've said. If in the sense that if Madrid go out, then we think we've got a really good chance. We have a good chance anyway. But they will be thinking exactly the same thing. They'll be thinking, you know what? Madrid have got it over us so many times in the past in the Champions League. We've actually physically ourselves removed them. They will think like we're thinking now. Their confidence will be sky high, so they can't be underestimated.
And by the way, when City knocked them out, City won it, and when Chelsea knocked them out, Chelsea won it. So why are you acting like City and Chelsea are 2 bum clubs? Like, it's just doesn't work that way. Big up though. Thanks for the super, mate. Fonzie has a question for Mike.
Dortmund got to the final and played really well.
Google Sheets. Google Sheets.
Not Excel? I thought you'd say Excel.
Hell no, bro. Google Sheets. I can open it from any computer. So
you can do that with Excel now.
So I like to put Excel is better for formulas, but you just copy and paste everything onto Google Sheets, so you can just share the link with someone.
That's your answer, Fonzie, right there.
That was so interesting.
Jamie is not entertained.
It is
Jamie's
about the
not entertained
delivery.
by anyone today. Jamie's just angry that his internet's down.
He is.
Jamie, what is going on in your background? It's like someone's having a rave in your living room that we can't see. There's like your lights are going all kind of. Is that TV on?
It's TV backlights on the TV.
Oh, okay, cool. Because it's like going different colours and stuff. It's like wow.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Before we end, just give me predictions. Just give me predictions, you guys. Just give me predictions. Predict Southampton and PSG, please. Let's start reverse order. Let's start with Jamie, just so he doesn't fall asleep from the Excel conversation.
So what am I predicting? Liverpool,
yeah,
PSG?
for Southampton and PSG. Do both.
Okay, so Southampton, I think it'd be a professional 4-0 job. And in the PSG game, I think we win 3-1.
Okay. RakSingh1.
3-0 Southampton. And then I think it will be we'll win by a one goal margin, either 2-1 or 1-0. Let's say 1-0. I think 1-0.
Okay.
5-0 Southampton, 2-1. Late goal PSG.
Michael later.
Oh, that's a deal, Phil. That's a deal. Phil, that's a deal. I'll let you have that deal, Phil.
Let's go 3-0 Southampton, 3 Mo Salah assists.
That's a deal, Phil.
And let's go. I feel like it's either going to be a 1-1 draw or 2-1 Liverpool against PSG.
Did you just accept this offer? If Diaz scores in the Champions League, you have to shave your head. You're accepting that?
Yeah, because no chance. So yeah.
What's Valve gonna do?
I really don't have to do anything. I don't.
There's a lot of ifs in that statement.
No. Vel definitely has to do something. So Vel, you opened your mouth, and now you're gonna enter the penitentiary, mate. So Jamie has accepted your offer. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it on the Liverpool show, right here, with a whole panel in front of everyone. And you, as a bum, have to also accept now the reverse offer. First of all, if we get to a Champions League final and Diaz does not score in the final, you have to shave your head as well, Vel. Do you accept the offer? Because Jamie accepted the reverse offer. So now you have to be here. You have to say it. Do you accept shaving your head live on stream if Diaz doesn't score in a Champions League final?
And I tell you what, I would do it.
Oh, he has.
And I would do mine live on a Sam's channel on a Liverpool show.
Like Husam did.
Oh, wow.
There you
go. Nice.
Yalla, let's go.
There you go.
We're all for it.
That'll be the second time on Husam's channel that somebody has had to shave their head. What was the first time?
Jude.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
You're really gonna bring up that memory right
I
there.
actually-
That-
I
I'll
actually
just
think
say,
that-
I'll just say.
Don, I actually think that's the first time I seen your channel.
the shaving head for Bellingham.
I think that was the first time I seen your channel. It popped
That
up
was
on
the
my
first time I
YouTube
ever
feed.
had I had 2,000 plus live viewers. It was the weirdest experience of my life because I peaked at 2,500 people just watching me shave my head. Literally.
The
Peaked,
algorithm
like,
kicked
peaked.
in.
Yeah, and people just tuned in me doing this, and it was a shit shaver as well, made in China, and it was horrible, bro.
It looked
And I had
painful,
to,
mate. It looked painful.
and I had to do it. Yes, do you know what happened to my head? My head was hot. Literally,
looked
like there was like it was vibrating from the shit shaver, and my head was about to explode. Like I think I fucked up my whole roots that day, bro. It is.
Oh
it
my
is what
God.
it is. Husam, it's Miculator. Miculator.
No, Mike, you later. Mike, you
Yeah.
later.
Mike, you later. What do I say? I think I say it correctly. Mike, you later. Big up, Mike, you
Mike, you
later.
later,
Yeah.
yeah.
Big up. Mike, you have to do us all a favor. I'll be honest. You have to be there tomorrow. I'm going to be honest. After everything you've said, you can't bring bad energy.
I'll be there.
Yes. Let's go. Khalas. Guaranteed win. So I give my prediction now. that
None of
Mike
you
is
will be
gonna
able to know
there.
if I'm actually there, but I'll be there. And none
You'll
of you
be there.
will be able to confirm it, but I'll be there.
4-0 Liverpool, Southampton. I'll actually go 4-1. I think we concede like a stupid ass goal. So I go 4-1. And PSG, I think professional 2-0 win. Just professional, go by our business. And yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 win. 2-2. Yeah, actually, yeah. Let me just say 2-1. So, Husam, won't you be shaving again this season? Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for joining us on the stream. We're going to redirect you to Staffy TV. He gets me the stream's gonna take you over there. Make sure guys spam Husam Raid in his chat. I'll be spamming it as well. He's live with Jacob, so make sure guys go show them both love. And yeah, see you guys on the other side, man. Peace out.